I am 32 and single, and without fail, anytime I do any kind of Q&A or ask me anything, I get the same top two questions. Do I want to get married? And do I want to have children? And so I thought it might be worthwhile to bring that conversation here. The short answer is yes. I do want to get married and I do want to have kids. The long answer is yes, but not at any cost. See,
Well, gentlemen, if we don't have yet another quote-unquote single by choice women. But as Kevin Samuels rightfully put it, these women are not single by choice, but single because of their choices. So, gentlemen and beautiful ladies, welcome back to the desert. Today we have a few TikToks and, of course, as always, our article. So please, if you enjoy this content and your mommy, please like and subscribe so it can reach more men. But now, gentlemen, without further ado, let's get back to the video.
See, the thing is, I was always the girl. I thought that I was going to get married and have kids super young. In my 20s, I was always in relationships, and I can't tell you how many times I was a nanny or a babysitter or a dance teacher, really anything that involved children. But at the same time, the guys that I chose in my 20s, they were not husband material, let's put it.
What? Chat, is this true? Is this true, do you think? I think this is the first woman I've ever met or seen or heard of that goes for the bad boys. Incredible.
They were not husband material, let's put it that way. I also grew up with a mother, an amazing mother, who was unfortunately taught that her sole value in life was to be a wife and a mom. And let me just be really clear, if you derive the most amount of value in your life from being a wife and a mom, I am not knocking that. I just grew up watching a woman who is beautiful and smart and capable and creative, and who I suspect would have been much happier if her whole world was not just being a mom. And so all of these things that I saw and or experienced really impacted me. And so when I say yes, but not at any cost, it is because I feel like I've looked around at my life and the lives of the women close to me, and I started to figure out what that cost is. And as far as I can tell, the cost is a woman's whole life. I'm really not even trying to be dramatic. To join your life with a man, which is what I would do since I'm unfortunately straight, to join your life with a man and bring a child into the world, it puts your health and your happiness and your fulfillment in a vulnerable position. And so if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to risk my health and my happiness, I am going to do it with the Rolls Royce of partners. If I were to get pregnant while single, that's just...
Okay, before she continues playing victim, I noticed she mentioned her mother, she didn't mention her father. So either she doesn't have a father, or maybe she did have a father, but she didn't like him or respect him. You know, he was the, according to her narrative, the big patriarchal old pig, you know. So there you have like the perfect recipe for a 30-year-old. No father and bad dating choices at a young age. It's like the perfect, it's an equation, guys. It always checks out.
Just a whole other conversation. I think that single moms are legitimately superheroes. But if I am teaming up with a man, first of all, I always think if my child were to turn out like that man, no changes, no edits, would I be proud? Then I have to think about communication. What are his conflict resolution skills? Assessing a man's character is also a really big thing for me. Things like loyalty or sexual discipline, being a man of your word. Do you respect me and women in general? And I mean when I'm in the room, when I'm not in the room, and when there are no women in that room at all. Because I find that most men are actually boys when they think no one is watching. And then here's the real kicker, and this one's tough. Why do you want to have kids? Because if your answer is to create a little mini-me or carry on the family name and legacy, ding, 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 that's a bell. My child will be taught that they can be whoever they want to be. As long as they are kind and honest and do good unto others, that's pretty much it. And I'm not going to have their father instill guilt.
Yeah, well, guess what? That's bullshit. It just is. I'm so tired of this narrative, guys. You know, just live and let live. Just be good. Now, theoretically, it sounds, well, you know, we all want to be kind, but practice shows that you can't simply teach that to a kid. You know, norms are still needed tradition. There are certain boundaries you have to put. You cannot simply live and let live, you know? Because then comes the problem of a lot of people not understanding those set boundaries and thinking that they are doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can think of many examples. You can think of maybe substances. Hey, they make me feel good. I'm not damaging anyone else in the best case scenario, you know, if I'm doing it at home. So, you know, just live and let live. Let me be a drug addict at age 15, for example. I'm not hurting anyone. Bro, just live and let live. Like, a lot of people have, and you can apply it to many, many scenarios that you can think of. This philosophy simply doesn't work
in them because they didn't become who he wanted them to be. Now, if you're someone that's asking these questions or even wondering about them, chances are it's coming from one of three places. Place number one, you're genuinely curious. Place number two, you are my age or younger. You're probably looking around, comparing your timeline to others, feeling a little bit of that am I behind anxiety and wondering if I feel the same way.
Yeah,
or
just like
you could be older than me, looking at me thinking, I wonder what her values are, or I wonder how her life feels compared to mine. I don't really know. That one's a little bit hard to say. Whatever the case, I feel like it's ridiculous to pretend that there isn't still social currency in the engagement and the wedding and the babies, because there just is. And not from everyone, but there is definitely still that element of pity when I speak about being single to people who are not single. I just want to say that it's okay if sometimes that makes you feel sad. I am truly happy being single. That doesn't mean that there aren't days where I'm crying and I'm sad and I'm lonely. I would rather deal with the consequence-free days of sadness than pay the very high cost of being a wife and a mom without it being on my own terms and up to my standards.
Yeah, so this is why you are single. No man wants to deal with that. Let me be honest with you, sister. Let me just, guys, make like a little table. Let's make a table in our imagination. What do you stand to gain from this marriage? Occasional S3 eggs, kids maybe, which are a liability because she's probably going to take them with the divorce. But you could say kids, I don't know, maybe some companionship. What do you stand to lose? Or what are the negatives? What are the liabilities? She won't be grateful for nothing. She'll probably victimize herself all the time. She'll probably constantly speak about how she's doing the mental labor and she's doing all those things. Meanwhile, you, patriarchal pig, are living like a king, you know, not doing anything. The moment you stop providing, of course, she's going to divorce you because that's the whole reason why she's with you to begin with. Then again, the government will grant her all the power when it comes to a divorce. She's probably going to be nagging all the time. All her decisions are based on her emotions, the emotions of a brainwashed feminist. It's like, and the list goes on and on. I'm going to cut it there short for the sake of this video, but you can add more. Feel free to add more. It's just, who wants that? Who wants that package? No one, which is why she's single at 30. But guys, we'll comment further on this video at the end of my video, so stick around for that. I want to know your opinion. But now, let's move on to something else.
I hear it all the time in my...
Hear me out. Okay, guys, hear me out. I know that she looks exactly like that feminist poster, you know, we're flexing the biceps, but I was equally as surprised when I heard that she actually makes some valid points. Let's listen.
I hear it all the time in my chair. Smart, beautiful, funny women talking about how impossible it is to find a good man. But honestly, after hearing the checklist they're working with, I'm not surprised. Modern dating isn't dating anymore. It sounds like Build-A-Bear for grown-ups, and men don't stand a chance. He has to be tall, but not too tall, because they don't want to feel like a toddler. He has to be confident, but humble, ambitious, but always available, funny, but not goofy, and emotional, but never fragile. Basically, they want these guys to have the abs of a Marvel superhero, the paycheck of a CEO, the emotional range of a poet, and the home improvement skills of a property brother. And he better be holding a dog in his profile picture.
Yeah, well, first off, all of this is true. Maybe not to that extent, you know, like to have the abs of a Hollywood actor, but it's to an extent that is quite delusional, you know. And then you have to, it's Build-A-Bear, it literally is a Build-A-Bear, and we often see this with women who appear on the channel. They talk about their men like they're building that bear. You know, I want this and that and the other thing. That man doesn't exist, sister. And the best thing, guys, is even if he existed, or maybe they settle down, you know, for a man that maybe is not a multi-billionaire. Okay, I'm gonna settle with my standards. Then the best thing is, if they find something slightly better, yeah, they are dismissing you. You know, even if you for some reason have all of those things and you're tall and attractive and this and that, and emotional but not you know, sensitive or sensible or fragile, even if you are all those things, she's with you only because you are her best option. If she finds something better, she will replace you, is what I'm meaning to say.
But not his dog, because ew, what if it sleeps in his bed? These apps are out of control. Dating profiles are less about who you are and more about what you can market. Swipe left for the wrong shoes and swipe right if he's 6 feet tall. Wait, is that with or without shoes? Because they're bringing tape measures. I don't know why, but fish pics sound like enemy number one. You're scrolling through profile pictures like, oh great, another guy proving he can dominate a trout. So holding a dog is hot, but holding a fish? Blocked. And if he survives the profile test, good luck on the first date. Show up too early, you're desperate. Too late, you're disrespectful. Splits the bill, you're cheap. Pays the whole thing, you're probably controlling. Orders a salad, too feminine. Orders a steak, toxic masculinity. What the hell do you want from these guys?
I know that there's someone watching this right now and thinking to himself, oh, that is just absurd. What this woman is speaking is just not true. Like, who will care about what you order at a restaurant? If you're that guy, you will be surprised. Not every woman, but a lot of women, when you just ask them what their icks are, and you'll hear the most absurd, childish bullcrap, yeah? Like, I remember there was a woman saying that it gave her the ick how her man ordered a martini, or how he was drinking the martini or something like this. It's like hell, guys. And again, even if most women don't reach this extent of delusional, they are close to it.
Look, standards aren't the problem. You gotta have standards. It's the fact that no one even knows what they're looking for. You're not dating people anymore, you're dating possibilities. Everyone's scrolling past real humans because they think someone better is just a swipe away. But here's the thing, real relationships aren't curated. They're not designed, filtered, and shipped to your door in 2 business days. They're messy. There's socks on the floor and weird laugh snorts and farts. Look, I get it. You're smart and you're beautiful and you're hardworking women who deserve the best. But maybe the best isn't 6 feet tall with 6 packs and a salary that starts with 6 figures. Maybe the best is someone who texts back, doesn't own more than 1 pair of cargo shorts, and can make you laugh, even if he's holding a fucking fish.
Yeah, well, that was maybe a few decades ago, you know, when you could actually impress women with your humor, with your personality. Ain't nobody got time for that nowadays. No, nobody actually cares about your personality. I think I haven't heard a guy saying that his girlfriend loves him because of his personality in many, many years, you know. If they really liked you because of your personality, they wouldn't be leaving you the first moment that things go south. You know what I'm saying? But guys, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. Now, I usually don't believe in that, but here we have the exception. A woman, she has the hand butterflies as well. Guys, no, you don't see it. Wait, let me just show you, all right, for those of you watching. I can't find it. Anyway, she has the hand sleeve tattoo with butterflies, you know, but she actually made some sense. So guys, let's move on to our last video.
Tell a man.
And this one is quite disgusting, I have to be honest.
Tell a man I'm not doing anything with you, and watch how everything changes. I used to be fat as fuck. I'm not saying like, oh, I was fat. No, I was fucking fat. And that's not the point of this video. Point is, being fat and ugly to pretty and skinny is life altering. One thing I learned is that confidence is everything, because I was confident when I was fat and skinny, and people have always respected me no matter what I've looked like. The difference is, although people respected me, they treated me very different when I was fat versus when I was skinny, especially men, because they can respect you and like see that you're confident when you're fat, but it's different when they want to fuck you when you're pretty and skinny. And that's when everything changes. Male validation should gross you out. When a guy is coming up to you and being overly flirty, he is sexualizing you. Sometimes they are outright sexualizing you. And girls are like, ah, he said I'm so hot, I'm so sexy. That is disgusting. Also, girls, if a man is only...
Did you hear that, boys? It's disgusting. It's horrendous. to feel attracted to women. Did you know that, guys? You're actually a bad person for feeling attracted to them. Interestingly enough. Now, of course, we all know that if these women go like 5 days without attention, they will literally unalive themselves. Unironically, they will simply go into a crippling depression that will end with their lives. And we all know that because it's true. Man, I just wish so much. If I had a genie, guys, that will be one of my wishes. For women, all women in the world, to live without male attention, even for a week. They will absolutely lose their minds. But of course, they go here on TikTok almighty, you know, like, it's disgusting when men show attention, the catcalling, the love bombing. You cannot live without it, you know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have all those subscribers on Instagram, you know, and beg for them.
Only talking to you and completely ignoring your friend next to you. He doesn't like you or care about you. He literally just wants to fuck you and he thinks you're hot. And because he doesn't think your friend is, or he doesn't think that your friend is as easy, he's completely disregarding that a human being is there. That is disgusting.
Oh, a human being is there, guys. You see, you pigs, you have to like, apparently, all women. You can't like one. Wouldn't that make me a gross, disgusting man to like all women, to want to screw all women? Wouldn't that make me even more of a degenerate? I guess not. If you only like one woman and you don't like her friend, even though she may weight what a mammoth weights, apparently you are disgusting. You have to want to screw everybody. You see a group of 10 females and you want to put it in all of them. That's the normal approach, according to this woman. You know, the fridge is always protecting the snacks. Well, you gotta be equally as invested in the fridge.
And you are an actual piece of shit if you don't realize that and you just let your friends stand there excluded. A pretty girl knows her worth and would never let her friends sit there and be ignored like she doesn't exist because the man doesn't want to fuck her. That is disgusting. People wonder why men aren't getting better. It's like, why would they when they can do the bare minimum and have full access to you? Male validation should not impress you because you should know that you're pretty from the inside and you shouldn't need it. Love you guys. Fall for more.
Pretty from the inside. Well, I haven't checked that one yet. Just insufferable, guys. I have really no words. Just insufferable. What a pain in the ass. Let me read the most liked comment on this TikTok. Are you ready, gentlemen? Men literally screw dead bodies, animals, and children. Their attention means nothing. This is the most liked comment on this video. How did that make you feel? Well, I'll tell you what, you little imbeciles. I can't really be very upfront on YouTube. Subscribe to my Patreon where I can speak freely. But, you know, if I was given the choice to be with these sorts of women or a dead animal, yeah, I will choose the latter, you know. No joking, guys. What would you rather marry? A dead raccoon or this harpy right here that is giving you a kiss? Choose one. I'm going with the raccoon. Oh my hell, guys. They are insufferable. They are... Oh my hell. Yeah, I would rather dead animals, whatever, man. Bring it on. I'm not touching these one with a 10-foot pole. Just disgusting human individuals. But now, gentlemen, after that hard pill to swallow, let's move on to a few words of encouragement for our article story. The title says, for the men. For the boys, guys. This is for us. Just throwing this out into the void because I see so many men absolutely shamed and obliterated over this. It's fine if you're under 6 feet or even shorter than the people you are interested in romantically. It's fine if you're balding, have thin hair, no hair, alopecia. It's fine if you have a gut or a FUDA. I don't know what's that. It's fine if you aren't in finance or have blue eyes. Well, I'm in finance and I have blue eyes. It's fine if you aren't swinging around a donkey dick. I also checked that one. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna stop bragging. Or even smaller than average. It's fine if you don't have it all together. You are a human being. You will never be perfect, and that is fine. Yes, guys, it's fine that you're never gonna have a connection with a woman in today's day and age. It's fine that you will never have a normal conversation with a woman that weighs less than a manatee. It's fine. I continue. People put way too much emphasis on other humans, and it's destroying self-esteem, confidence, and daily focus on what's actually important. Crap on me for this post if you want to, I don't care. Keep being yourselves, man. Be you, and quit apologizing or trying to make yourself something you're not. Well, gentlemen, let's read some of the public comments. Nice reminder that superficial concerns get magnified online, where people have never met each other. Another one here says, but it's not fine, that's the problem. It's still going to be that much harder and more frustrating. Platitudes don't fix that. This is exactly my opinion. Guys, I will never see you as something less of a human because you are 5 feet tall, because you have a micro PP or whatever the hell may be. Never, you know? And it's fine, you're just humans. You cannot control your height, you cannot control your size of that thing, you know. There are many things outside of your control, and even if you are like overweight, something that you can control, I'm still not going to view you as less of a person, but it's just a fact that women will not pay you 5 minutes of their day in attention time. They won't. It's fine, you're still a human. Maybe you're a guy who has very good morals, very good values. You are maybe an awesome person, you know? You are the cherry on top of the cake. You could be, but it's still a fact that women just won't give a shit about you. All right? So yeah, exactly. It's not. It's harder and it's more frustrating. And these platitudes don't fix nothing. Well, yada yada. There are more comments here you can read. But yeah, there's that. Like, we understand that it's fine, but it still won't change nothing. You know. But gentlemen, I know this video is already the usual time, but I wanted to speak about something with you guys. I wanted to speak something with, I consider you my friends, even though I haven't met you. But hey, if you are still here, still listening, we can have a conversation. And look, it's regarding the first woman, you know, she says, well, I've seen my mother, you know, she was smart and intelligent and beautiful, but, you know, she couldn't succeed in life, or... You know, the man in the family used to take all the glory from the relationship while my mother had to suffer and all that. And I want you to know what you think, guys, because I do understand that concern of women. I've seen it, you know, I've seen women sharing similar experiences, and I understand them. Recently, I was talking to a woman who is a gypsy, you know, and gypsies are very traditional in some aspects. Maybe not in your country, at least in mine and the countries I've been, I've noticed that. Like, for example, gypsies stay virgin until marriage, or at least they are supposed to. I'm not that close with gypsies, so I don't know if they actually do that, but I think a large portion of them do, you know? So they are very traditional, and when it comes to gender norms and families, they are also very... old-fashioned, let me say, you know. And this woman was telling me, I'm a woman who cooks, I'm a woman, you know, I have 2 children, I treat my man very respectfully. She's like a trad wife, you know. And she told me, I just don't like this gypsy belief. I just don't like how old-fashioned everything is, because, you know, there are certain things that are not balanced. I am a human. I should have more rights when it comes to certain things. And don't get me wrong, guys, she wasn't talking about all that feminist blabbering and all that bullcrap. This is not a modern, independent woman, nor does she want to be. But there are certain things that are unfair in some of these old-fashioned traditions, or I don't know what to call them. Like, to give you an example of those unfair beliefs that this woman told me, she told me, well, for example, in our culture, it is accepted that a man can cheat, but a woman cannot. And that is just bullcrap, you know? Like, what is this thing of, oh, well, men are men, you know? We'll give them a free pass because they cheated. We'll be upset about it for a while, but then we'll forgive them. Oh, but if a woman does it, divorce her and she's out to the streets, right? I mean, that is just bullcrap. We are humans, and morally, we are on the same level. So, for women and men to cheat, it's equally as disgusting. Another thing she mentioned was, well, it's accepted for a man to hit his wife. You know, it's like understood, accepted, but a woman cannot, right? Which, again, is just bullcrap on a human level, on a moral level. you shouldn't be hitting no one, right? Just to mention a few examples. And it's true that some men in the past did abuse their power, you know, so I can understand women in all of those things. And maybe, yes, maybe men have abused in large proportions their power in the past. And maybe you did have women who had a lot more to offer or should have been respected more as human individuals. I get that. I sympathize with all that, you know, but what is the solution? We can sympathize with that all day. But what is the solution? Is the solution to be like the first woman and just say, oh, screw it. Now I'm going to raise my standards up to the skies. Now I'm going to devalue everything that a man does. Now I'm going to get married with a man only if he, you know, pays the bills and does this and does the other thing. And I'm going to divorce him if he doesn't. Is that the solution, really? Because I don't think it is. Again, I do understand that a lot of women have seen this in their families, maybe in their mothers. They've seen the unfairness and they don't like it. I absolutely get it. But, you know, to pull back, let's say, so much and to go to the other extreme, right? It's like a pendulum and you want to have it in the middle. Well, of course, the answer is not to swing it all the way to the other extreme. Because a lot of these women, they hate their fathers for being quote-unquote patriarchal pigs, yet they become matriarchal pigs. You know, they do the same that they criticize their fathers for. They hate this old-fashioned traditions, you know, that put women down and things like that. Yet they do the same. They become women who want to put men on a leash and absolutely control and manipulate everything in the relationship, you know? So let me know what you think about this, guys, because again, I've seen it in my life, even in my family, you know, I've seen women struggle with the power discrepancy that used to rule in the past. Again, I don't think it has to do anything with patriarchy or whatever. I think that men, it comes down to the person. You know, in the past, men who were good men didn't abuse the power dynamic. Men who were bad men abused the power dynamic, you know. So I do understand women and their frustrations, and I've seen it, but what's the solution? You know, it certainly isn't that. It certainly isn't what these women are doing, which is hating on men, hating all men equally, and wanting to be in that power position. So, gentlemen, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have experienced this, or if some close relative has. I'll read your comments, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. You can also check me on Patreon, and I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good day.